Many of us has realized the importance of travel and tourism industry in our economy. Because of COVID-19 pandemic, this has resulted to travel restrictions and closure of tourism business establishment, which greatly affect the tourism industry. Good morning, everyone. Today, I will be presenting to you a study entitled Challenges and Opportunities in the Philippine Tourism amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The following are the authors, yours truly, Deoan Andulana from the Department of Hospitality Management, College of Business Administration, Negros Oriental State University Deoan, Santa Catalina campus. Together with me is Mamaywan Tikalihan from the Department of Business Administration, College of Business Administration, Negros Oriental State University, Bayawan, Santa Catalina Campus, and Dr. Albert C. Albina, Department of Social Science, College of Arts and Sciences, Negros Oriental State University, Bayawan, Santa Catalina Campus. Background of the study. The tourism industry plays a significant role in the Philippine economy and labor market. In 2019, the contribution of tourism direct gross value added to the Philippine economy, as measured by the gross domestic product, is estimated at 12.7%. The COVID-19 pandemic has become the epicenter of academic research and discussions the world over. Specifically, much attention has been drawn on impacts, effects, implications, and costs brought about by the current pandemic towards various industries, including tourism. This pandemic has undeniably altered the usual tourism-related activities and services such as travel bookings, traveling, hotel accommodation, tours, dining, nightlife, and the like. These alterations are obviously due to national quarantine measures, non-essential business closures, travel restrictions, border closures, social distancing, and stay-at-home orders that aim to contain and stop the further spread of pathogens that carry the highly contagious and deadly virus. The enormity of the COVID-19 pandemic has severely impacted all industries, including tourism, which is one of the hardest hit. This is according to Nicolas et al. Of 2020 and greatly affected according to PricewaterhouseCoopers 2020 and UNWTO 2020. The current pandemic to tourism and hospitality industry remains the need to not only focus on the impacts, effects, implications, and costs of the COVID-19 pandemic to the tourism and hospitality industry, but also on the viable opportunities which transcend the already accepted conventions and assumptions within the Philippine context. This study provides theoretical and practical insights on how the Philippine tourism industry can be more resilient in addressing organizational and operational disruptions and the challenges carried by health crises like COVID-19 pandemic and further phenomena that would adversely affect the said industry. Our study not only contributes to the rising literature on the COVID-19 pandemic's challenges to the Philippine tourism, but also provides practical insights of managers, policy making in the tourism industry of the country to effectively respond to crises and disasters of all sorts, especially those that result in standstill of usual operations and consequently massive layoffs of employees. This study is forward-looking, highly suggested by Nock Norfelt, Josein Sin, Asaf, and Theosonas of 2020. The tourism-related research should not only confirm what is already known, but rather investigate how tourism could fundamentally be different in a post-COVID-19 era. This paper will contribute to the policy discussions by offering extensive insights into the opportunities available of the tourism industry in the country to take advantage of. Objectives of the study. The following are the objectives of the study. The studies aim to discuss the multifaceted challenges encountered by and opportunities available for the Philippine tourism industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. Identify the pressing challenges and opportunities of anti-pandemic strategies in the COVID-19 management framework. Analyze opportunities available for the tourism industry, wherein the exploration of local tourism and training employees on digital services and safety protocols. Provide the basis for making suggestions and recommendations to improve policies and implement a disaster and risk management system that would address preparedness and safety measures among firms in tourism industry. Result and discussion. These are the pressing challenges for tourism amid COVID-19. Decline in tourism demand, layoff of workers, rising demand for online and digital transactions, and high demand for disaster management and control preparedness. Challenges and opportunities in the Philippines tourism based on the elements of anti-pandemic strategies. These are the following. Elements for anti-pandemic. First is leadership and communication. The challenges in Philippine tourism for this one is decline in tourism demand, while the opportunities in Philippine tourism is the exploration of local tourism, collaboration with external systems, promoting agritourism and medical tourism. Next is human resource. Challenges in Philippine tourism is layoff of workers, while opportunities in Philippine tourism is training employees in digital services and safety protocols. Next one is service provision. Challenges in Philippine tourism are lack of transparency of safety and travel insurance, rising demand for online and digital transactions, while the opportunities in Philippine tourism is rebuilding company brand, improving business facilities, and adapting with modern technology. Next is CSR or corporate social responsibility. Challenges in Philippine tourism is possible avoidance of tourists to occupy hotel rooms used as quarantine facilities. Opportunities in Philippine tourism is building up goodwill. Next one is finance. Challenges in Philippine tourism is rising demand for insurance and refund options, while opportunities in Philippine tourism is government subsidies to hotels which serve as quarantine facilities. And lastly is the disaster management standard operating procedure, wherein challenges in Philippine tourism is high demand for disaster management and control preparedness, and opportunities in Philippine tourism is team up with expert consultants on disaster and risk management. This pandemic is an eye-opener for government leaders and business managers to explore the local community's potential in analyzing the demand and supply of the tourism sector. Local residents have manifest interest in the tourism destinations within their towns and neighboring places during this pandemic. Tourism areas are challenged to become adaptive to survive in the continually changing environment. This is according to Hartman of 2020. In the sense of COVID-19 pandemic, the local government might be an avenue for establishing and promoting local tourist sites. That is why, because many people would like to visit, creating local attractions can be a trend project of the LGUs. In this case, the LGUs can generate income through local people visiting and create job opportunities for locals residing near the tourist site. Through this project, the LGUs in the country will have the chance to develop tourism sites present in their place. Conclusion of the study. Travel bans and other quarantine measures prevent tourists and residents, especially minors and senior citizens, to be exposed in public places, thus affecting the level of demand. These changes are expected to have a long-term effect on customers' behavior involving their preferences and buying decisions. Businesses in the tourism industry, like in travels and leisure, face significant challenges in coming up with strategies that will allow them to continue their business with strict implementation of social distancing policies and safety precautions set by the World Health Organization and the national and local government. With low demand and so many restrictions that affect the operations of Philippine tourism industry, Only those who have resilient can survive with a strategic approach and innovative practices for the new normal. Proactive institutions use these challenging times as an opportunity for them to revisit their business model, renovate facilities, remove unnecessary costs, and organize upskilling programs for their key works. This paper recognized the importance of adaptive tourism and how it fitted in the country's present condition. It mentions some provisions from the country's policies and implementing rules that affect businesses in the local tourism industry. It also provides emphasis on the digitalization of processes, travel insurance requirement, and other services. Aside from the theoretical and managerial implications, it also covers economic effects such as the loss of income in the community for employees and workers from the tourism sector. This paper can be useful reference for future studies relative to the effects of COVID-19 on the tourism industry. However, since the crisis is still going on, there remains a gap in the scientific analysis as the extent of its impact on the whole industry. Outcomes of the study. By being aware of the present challenges and opportunities in the tourism industry during the pandemic, business leaders and managers can revisit their business model and develop innovative strategies to sustain its business operation and maintain social responsibilities. By properly recognizing opportunities available for the tourism industry, particularly in the Philippines, the government can consider making policies that would strengthen local tourism and help the locals survive challenging times. When opportunities are clear, there is a better chance for improved productivity among firms and individuals. And lastly, this paper offers several factors affecting demand and supply in the tourism sector, which both the government and the industry should consider. It highlights proper government regulations and financial support in preserving the economic system. These are our bibliographic entries. Let me end my presentation with a quote. It's a big world out there. It would be a shame not to experience it. Thank you.